rank nullity theorem. You might remember last year, that is in the first year, we have only seen the statement of rank nullity theorem, but in this year we are going to see proof of that, and also we are going to discuss some examples. So let us go for the statement first of all. Let V and W be finite dimensional vector spaces over R. So note that V and W are what? Finite dimensional, and T from V to W be a linear transformation, then dimension of V is equal to dimension of image of T plus dimension of kernel of T. This dimension of kernel of T is called as nullity of T, and dimension of image of T is called as rank of T. Okay, now we already know that this image of T and kernel of T are subspaces, right? Kernel of T is the subspace of the domain, that is V, and image of T is the subspace of codomain, that is what? W, right? So without any delay, let us go for the proof. So first of all, I will write down the given things. So I will say, now note one thing over here, as this vector space V is finite dimensional, and I have said that this kernel of T is a subspace of V. So what can you say about dimension of kernel of T? It is also going to be what? Finite. So I will write it here as V is finite dimensional and kernel of T is a subspace of V, therefore kernel of T is also finite dimensional. So let us call this dimension of kernel of T at some R. So I will say let dimension of kernel of T, just a minute, let dimension of kernel of T is equal to some R, and S1 is equal to, now since dimension of kernel of T is R, so what can you say about its basis set? So its basis set is going to contain what? R elements. So we'll call that elements as some W1, W2 up to WR, and let S1 is equal to W1, W2 and so on up to WR be basis of kernel of T. Now as we know that basis of a subspace can be extended to basis of what? Vector space. So same thing can be applied here. Now over here kernel of T is a subspace of V, and we know the basis of kernel of T as W1, W2 up to WR. So this set can be extended to basis of what? Vector space. Okay, so this theorem we have already discussed. If you want, we'll just see that theorem over here in our notes. Yeah, just see this. Okay, so let V be a vector space of dimension n and W be a subspace of V, then any basis of subspace W, you can see if this is a basis of W, then this basis can be extended to basis of what? V, by adding some vectors in that set. Okay, so by this theorem we will extend the basis of kernel of T to basis of what? V. Okay, in our theorem. Okay, so I will write here. So I will say here basis of kernel of T can be extended to basis of V. What is the reason? Since in finite dimensional vector spaces, basis of subspace can be extended to basis of a vector space. Okay, so whatever new basis is there, new basis in the sense whatever basis of V is there, I will call it as S2. So I will say let S2 is equal to, now this W1 W2 up to WR will be as it is, and in this set I am going to add few elements such that we will get basis of V. So I will call them as some V1, V2 and so on up to what, Vn. Okay, these are all small v's, I hope you are getting. Let S2 be basis of V. Okay, now can you tell me the number of elements in the basis set of V? See, these are the R elements, okay, and these are N elements. So in total how many elements are in S2? R plus N elements. So therefore I can say, therefore dimension of V is nothing but what, R plus N. But what is R actually? See here, okay, if you want I will call it as some 1. Okay, so see in 1, what is R actually? R is nothing but what, dimension of kernel of T, right? So therefore I will say, so therefore dimension of V is equal to what, dimension of kernel of T plus what, N. From 2 we have used the value of R. Okay, now see what we wanted to prove. We wanted to prove that dimension of V is equal to what, dimension of image of T plus dimension of kernel of T. But till now what we have shown, dimension of V is equal to dimension of kernel of T plus N. So just try to compare this equation and whatever equation we got there. See, that equation contains dimension of V, that equation also contains dimension of kernel of T. फक्त यांच्या ऐवजी काय आहे, डायमेन्शन ऑफ इमेज ऑफ टी. म्हणजे जर आपण इमेज ऑफ टी ची जर डायमेन्शन n दाखवली, then we are through, right? I will repeat again. If we show dimension of image of t is equal to n, then we are through, right? But in order to show dimension of image of t is equal to n, we need to show that basis set of image of t contains how many elements? N elements, right? So now question is, we have to construct one basis of image of t, okay, or I will say we will consider one set having n elements and we will show that that is basis of image of t. So see which set we are going to consider here. Okay, so the idea is we are going to use this S2 in order to construct that set having n elements. Okay, just remember basis set means what? First of all it should be a subset of that set, right? So we know how do elements of image of T look like. Okay, we know that I will write it here. Image of T is nothing but what? It is a collection of set of all T of V belonging to W such that V belongs to what? V, right? Means whenever we are having an element of V, we can construct one element of image of T. I mean, if we are having V1 of V, then which element will be there in image of T? It will be T of V1, right? So this logic we are going to use in order to construct that set. Okay, now see here, now see these all are elements of V, right? So with the help of each element in this set we can construct element of image of T. But the point is which elements we should use. Naturally we cannot use W1 W2 up to WR. If we use this, then we will get a set having R elements, but I want set having N elements. So naturally I am going to pick which one? V1 V2 up to Vn, right? So since this V1 V2 and Vn are elements of V, but I want elements of image of T. So if V1 is a element of V, which element will be in image of t? That is t of v1, right? Similarly for v2 it will be t of v2, and similarly for vn it will be t of vn. Okay, so over here I will say let S3 is equal to, just a minute, I will use black pen. I will say let S3 is equal to what? T of v1 comma t of v2 and so on up to t of vn. Okay. Now what we are going to show is, we will show that this set is basis of image of t. So to show S3 is a basis of image of t. Okay, so that is nothing but what? That is nothing but, you already know the definition of basis. First thing what we have to show, that is, I will say, that is, first, S3 is linearly independent, and second thing what we have to show, linear span of S3 is equal to what? Image of t. Okay, that is nothing but what? Every element of image of t has a linear combination, as a linear combination of elements of S3. Okay, so first of all let us show this set is linearly independent. Okay, so this first part we will do first of all. So in order to show S3 is linearly independent, naturally I will start with what? I will say let alpha 1 t of v1 plus alpha 2 t of v2 and so on up to alpha n t of vn is equal to what? 0. So remember this is 0 of what? W, since image of t is a subspace of what? W. Okay, so not since, where this alpha 1 alpha 2 up to alpha n are what? Real numbers, right? So now let us proceed. Now as you know that this t is a linear transformation, therefore how can you write it? This can be written as t of alpha 1 v1, am I right, plus t of alpha 2 v2 plus so on t of alpha n vn is equal to 0 of w. So what we have done here, just I will write in order to explain it. Okay, so whatever I write in red by using red pen, you are not supposed to write that in exam. Okay, just remember this. So we know if t is a linear transformation, two conditions hold: t of u plus v is equal to what? T of u plus t of v, and what is the other one? T of alpha u is equal to what? Alpha times t of u, right? Where alpha is a real number and u is any element of our domain. Okay, so this second condition of linear transformation I have used here, but in this direction, right? Now I will use the first condition but in this direction. Okay, now see here, this first condition is not only true for two elements, but it is true for any number of finite elements. Okay, means here if there is sum of just I will say, if जर असा असेल t of u1 plus t of u2 plus so on plus t of some un, तरी पण आपण याला कसं लिहू शकतो? t of u1 plus u2 plus so on what up to un. This is the meaning. Okay, so this is not true only for two elements, but if you take any finite number of elements, okay, so still it will hold true. Okay, okay, so therefore I will say, therefore this can be written as t of alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus so on what alpha n vn is equal to what? 0 of w. Now just try to recall the definition of kernel of t. Okay, just recall what is our kernel of t. Kernel of t is a collection of set of all v belonging to v such that T of V is equal to what? 0 of W. Means, see, if certain element V is satisfying this condition, then we say that certain element in the sense what? See this small v over here, right? So this small v is satisfying which condition? T of V is equal to 0 of W. In the other words, this small v is mapped to 0. Okay, so whenever certain element is mapped to 0, that element belongs to what? Kernel of T. So over here, which element is mapped to 0? This one, right? Alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 up to so on, alpha n Vn. So therefore, I can say, since this element is mapping to 0, therefore alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus so on up to alpha n Vn is a element of what? Kernel of T, right? But we already have basis of kernel of T, which is that, but S1 is equal to W1 W2 up to WR is a basis of kernel of T. Now since this is a basis of kernel of T, okay, so what we can do here? Now since this is a basis of kernel of T, now just remember, what do you mean by basis? So first thing will happen is this S1 will be linearly independent since it is a basis, okay, so no problems with this. And the second thing will be linear span of S1 will be equal to what? Now since it is a basis of kernel of T, this will be equal to what? Kernel of T. And what is the meaning of this? The meaning is every element of kernel of T, okay, now I will not write it. The meaning is every element of kernel of T can be written as a linear combination of elements of S1. But what do you mean by linear combination of elements of S1? Okay, what is this set L of S1? This is nothing but what? Alpha 1 W1 plus so on what? Alpha R WR, where this alpha i's are nothing but what? Real numbers. Okay, so now since this is a element of kernel of T over here, what can I do is I can write this element in this form as a linear combination of what? W1 W2 up to WR. But now I will not use alphas over here because alphas are already used here. So instead of alpha, we will go for what? Beta. So therefore I will say this alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus so on up to alpha n Vn can be written as beta 1 W1 plus beta 2 W2, and this will be continued up to what? Beta R WR, where these beta j's upon here are some real numbers. Okay, so just shift this right hand side to the left hand side. So therefore what we are going to have, okay, so therefore I will say this alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus so on up to alpha n Vn minus beta 1 W1 minus beta 2 W2 minus so on minus beta R WR is equal to what? 0, right? Now again, what fact we have to use? But this S2 now, which is equal to what? Set of all W1 W2 and so on up to WR comma V1 V2 and so on up to Vn is a basis of V. Now since this is a basis of V, what is going to happen? Okay, yes, I will explain here. Since this is a basis of V, first thing is S2 will be linearly independent. Is that okay? And second thing is what? Linear span of S2 will be equal to what? V. But I have to use this fact. Now what do you mean by S2 is linearly independent? The meaning is whenever you are having somewhat like this, alpha 1 w1 plus so on up to alpha r wr plus beta 1 w, not w now, it is v1, okay, beta 1 v1 plus so on up to what, beta n vn is equal to 0. If such thing we are having, मग आपण directly काय म्हणू शकतो, we can directly say that all these real numbers, okay, will be equal to what, 0, because that is nothing but definition of linear independence. So same thing we are having here. Instead of, only the difference is, instead of this betas we are having some different notations, right? So that is understood. So plus च्या ऐवजी minus beta 1 sign आहे, so that will not matter because it is also a near real number. So instead of saying beta 1 is equal to 0, आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, minus beta 1 is equal to 0, but that will again imply that beta 1 is 0. Okay, so I will erase this. Okay, but this S2 is basis of V, so it is linearly independent. I hope you are getting this. So it is linearly independent. Therefore I will say alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, which is equal to so on alpha n, which is further equal to, आता minus beta 1 म्हणणार, त्या minus sign मुळे minus beta 2, which is equal to so on minus beta r will be equal to 0. But this will imply that that is nothing but what, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 equal to so on alpha n is equal to 0. I hope that is what we wanted to prove. Just see, we wanted to prove that this our S3 is linearly independent. So therefore we have started with this, and now what we have proved, alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha n are nothing but what, 0, right? So therefore I will say S3 is linearly independent. So therefore S3 is linearly independent. Okay, so now it remains to show the second condition, that is linear span of S3 is equal to image of T. Now in order to prove it, see what we have to prove, every element of image of T can be expressed as a linear combination of elements of S3. I hope you remember what is linear combination. Okay, so linear combination of elements of S3 will be what, some gamma 1 T of V1, right? This will be your L of S3, isn't it? Gamma 1 T of V1 plus so on up to what, gamma n T of Vn, where this gamma i's are some real numbers, right? So what we want to prove is, actually I will take one element of image of T arbitrarily, and I will show that that element can be expressed in this form, means what, some real number multiplied by T of V1 plus so on plus real number multiplied by T of Vn. Okay, so that is what I am going to show. So chalo, let us start then. Okay, so I will say let Z belongs to image of T be any element, but you already know how do elements of image of T look like, right? I think I have written set somewhere here, there I did write it, yes, over here. Okay, so you can see, but image of T elements look like T of some element of V, right? So therefore I will say, therefore this Z can be written as therefore this Z can be written as T of some, I will say V, for some V belonging to what, V, right? But again I will say, but this S2, which is nothing but what, this W1, W2 and so on up to WR comma V1, V2 and so on up to Vn is a basis of V. So what is going to happen? So this linear span of S2 will be equal to what, V. That is nothing but what, every element of V can be expressed as a linear combination of what, elements of S2, right? Now before this, means over here we have used the fact that this set is linearly independent as it is a basis. Now we are going to use the fact that I am talking about the second condition of basis. इथे आपण काय वापरलं, पहिली कंडिशन बेसिसची. आता आपल्याला सेकंड कंडिशन वापरायची आहे इथे सेकंड पार्टमध्ये, दॅट इज लिनियर स्पॅन ऑफ S2 इज इक्वल टू V. ओके, आता बघा आपल्याकडे Vचं ऑलरेडी एक एलिमेंट आहे अँड दिस इज स्मॉल v. ओके, नाव सिन्स दिस स्मॉल v बिलॉंग्स टू V and according to second condition every element of V can be expressed as linear combination of what elements of S2. So by using that, how can you express this V? So therefore I will say this V can be written as, now I will use some gamma notation. So I will say gamma 1 W1 plus gamma 2 W2 plus so on up to gamma R W R plus, and now delta 1 V1 plus delta 2 V2 plus so on up to what, delta n Vn, right, where this gamma 1 up to what, gamma R and delta 1 up to what, delta n are what, real numbers. Okay, so simply use this value of V over here, right? So if you want, I'll call it as some star and I'll call it as some double star. So I'll say use double star in star. So use in star. So therefore what we are going to get, so therefore this Z will be equal to, okay, T of, and what is the value of V? The value of V is this. Okay, so it will be gamma 1 W1 plus gamma 2 W2 plus so on gamma R WR plus delta 1 V1 plus delta 2 V2 plus so on what, delta n Vn, right? Now which is further equal to, now since T is a linear transformation, this can be written as gamma 1 T of W1. Okay, now see, since T is a linear transformation, which will hold, this T of alpha u plus beta v will be equal to what, alpha times T of u plus beta times T of v. Now again, as told you before, this is not only true for sum of two elements. So if you are having a finite sum here, म्हणजे जर असं असेल T of alpha 1 u1 plus alpha 2 u2 plus so on up to what, alpha n un, still you can write that it is alpha 1 T of u1 and so on what, alpha n T of un. Okay, so since T is a linear transformation, this is also possible. Okay, so by using the fact that T is a linear transformation, okay, that is what I am doing here. This can be written as plus gamma 2 T of W2 plus so on plus gamma R T of WR plus delta 1 T of V1 plus delta 2 T of V2 plus so on delta n T of Vn, and this is true since T is a linear map. I hope you are getting my handwriting. Okay, so since T is a linear map. Now next, now see, just note one thing. Okay, so I'll say note that किंवा असं म्हणूया आपण, we know, okay, this S1 which is equal to what, W1 to so on WR is a subset of what, kernel of T. Okay, this is easily understood because since it is a basis, since S1 is a basis of kernel of T. Okay, therefore it is possible. Okay, so but some element is present in kernel of T. What is the meaning of that? म्हणजे आता kernel of T काय आपला, kernel of T is a collection of what, V belonging to V such that T of V is equal to 0 of W. Okay, आता एखादा एलिमेंट kernel of T मध्ये आहे, सपोज मी म्हटलं, आपण म्हणूया की सम VR belongs to kernel of T. So what is the meaning of it? The image of that element will be equal to what? 0 of W. Is that fine? Means that element will be mapped to what? 0. मग इथे पण तेच होणार, कारण की आता हा सेट ॲक्च्युली बेसिस आहे वेक्टर आपला वेक्टर स्पेस कर्नल ऑफ टीचा. सो आता हा सेट बेसिस असल्यामुळे तो तर सबसेट असणारच, बिकॉज दॅट इज वॉट द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज इन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ बेसिस. ओके, सो बाय युझिंग दॅट फॅक्ट आपण काय म्हणू शकतो की दिस इमेज ऑफ W1 will be also 0 and up to so on image of this WR will be also 0. Okay, so therefore I will say, okay, so therefore you can say this T of W1 will be equal to T of W2 equal to so on what T of WR will be equal to what? 0. So by using this in above equation, so if you want I will call it as some. Now using stars is not a good idea actually. Let us go back. I think somewhere. So if we use 6 in 5, what we will get? Z will be equal to, therefore Z will be equal to what? I think delta 1 T of V1 plus delta 2 T of V2 plus so on delta n T of Vn. Right? Just see this. Just a minute. Yeah. So just see this, okay, because all these values are 0 since T of W1, T of W2 and T of WR are 0. So this entire thing will become 0, and what will be left out? Delta 1 T of V1 up to what? Delta n T of Vn. So I hope that is what we wanted to show. Where I have written it? Yes, over here. So we wanted to show that Z is of this form, real number multiplied by T of V1 and so on up to some real number T of Vn, and that is what we have shown here. So therefore I will say, remember this is n, okay, therefore I will say this linear span of S3 is equal to what? Image of T, and therefore from 1 and 2, okay, which 1 and 2 we are talking about? This is 1, okay, which one? Yeah, this is 1 and this is 2, okay. I'll say this S3 is a basis of image of T. Therefore, what is dimension of image of T? Since basis of image of T contains n elements, so dimension of image of T is n. I think I should call it as some, I guess 7, right? So from 2 and 7, what can you say? Okay. So this was our 2. Just now I have given it as 2. Yeah. So just now we have proved that n is nothing but what? Dimension of image of T. So therefore from 2 and 7, therefore from 2 and 7 we can say that dimension of V is equal to dimension of kernel of T plus dimension of image of T, and that is nothing but what? This is same as, okay, nullity of T plus rank of T, and that is what we wanted to do. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.